I didn't set out to build a digital lifetime. I just never deleted anything. 1.5 terabytes, 260 million words, 18 sources, 40 file types. This has become personal data archaeology. If you're into this kind of thing, let me know. I consolidated 29 years of digital life. Journals, emails, files, photos, as well as workout data, medical records, transactions. And now I'm exploring what a life looks like when I can actually search it and tell stories with it. I didn't realize what I had until I pulled it all together. I didn't set out to build this. I just never deleted anything. 29 years later, I somehow accumulated 1 million items in my dataset, including journals, emails, financial statements, notes, workouts, medical records, and images. In terms of the text extracted from the contents, this amounts to 260 million words. This consumes 1.5 terabytes on disk. The size isn't the point. The variety is. This isn't just collecting, this is also documenting, reporting, self-tracking. In contrast to the practice of data hoarding, this isn't a collection of songs, photos, videos, or other digital artifacts. This is a digital document of my life and times. Every item in this dataset says something about me. How I lived, what I did, who I did it with, when, where, and even why. A big dataset equals a serious foundation, nothing more. The size isn't as important as the breadth, depth, and variety of the data. In terms of sheer size, this may not be all that impressive. Now I explore what it can reveal. But first, how did I get here? This started innocently enough. It started as me never deleting anything. And then it kind of got out of hand. It started out as me saving all my written notes, tangible memorabilia, such as souvenirs, sentimental items, which I ultimately called sentimentalia. Then computerization arrives. I start digitizing things, photos, home records, documents. I start saving my backup files. Then I started journaling. That blossomed into a thing of its own. Meanwhile, the other digital footprint keeps on accumulating in the background, until one fine day I finally have the time and wherewithal to dig into my journals. But then I remember all the other stuff I had been saving. Shouldn't I consolidate that too? And so I did. So here's the tally and how I got to it. I started with tallying all my journals. That comes to 26 million words. Then I indexed all my 94,000 files on my laptop drive. These are my health data, workouts, medical records, financial statements, purchase transactions, and myriad digital assets generated by various projects and hobbies over the years. These files added another 70 million words to my corpus. So, lo and behold, now I'm at almost 100 million words. That was when I thought, okay, this is no longer a simple side project. Then I added emails. I opened the email archive, and suddenly my life wasn't about subjective reporting anymore. It was logistics, relationships, time. A lot can be gleaned from emails. Conversations I had, people I knew, events that I attended, and notifications. Many, many notifications of appointments and upcoming travel arrangements, as well as seemingly boring stuff like bills and purchase receipts. There turned out to be over 785,000 emails. This added another 152 million words to my stash. This brings me to over 250 million words. Wow! I thought my journaling content was a lot, but that turned out to be only about 10% of my total archive once notes, files, and emails were incorporated. Finally, I indexed my 100,000 images and videos. I indexed them by analyzing each one and converting into descriptive text and metadata. This adds another 16 million words. That brings it to 260 million words. So, I'm an accidental hoarder. Now what? Well, sort of, but not really. It isn't hoarding, really. Nor was it accidental. At some point, I started asking what it could mean. I decided to get my arms around it, do something with it, learn from it, have fun with it. And now that's where I'm at. Apparently, my retirement hobby is personal data archaeology. So what's next? Now that the data is assembled, the real work begins. This was just the excavation. Now comes the interpretation. This is just planting the flag. The real work comes next. 1.5 terabytes, 260 million words, collected from 18 sources across 20 plus categories and 40 file types. If you're into this kind of thing, let me know. And I think that's a good place to leave it. So much for now.